What's up everyone, it's J Kills. In this video I'm going to be going over reviewing and showcasing the newest card that was added to GTA 5 Online, the Bravado Gauntlet Hellfire. This is a card that is loosely based on the Dodge Hellcat and the Dodge Demon, which the Dodge Demon comes out like factory at like 840 horsepower. I really think this car resembles the Demon more than the Hellcat, but there's still some elements of Hellcat in this. I'm going to take it to the drift course where I'm going to initiate every turn with a handbrake and see, just how easy it is to lose control of the car. And then I'm going to take it to my speed tracks where one track is 3 miles and the other one is 2.2 miles, and we're going to see what kind of times we get on that, as well as compare it to some other cars that I've already done the course with. But once I get done with the drift and the speed, afterwards I will be showcasing the customization options. There's a lot that they added to the game that I think is really cool in aspects to this car. Like a lot of different stuff that just little changes that you might not notice unless you go through and see it. But let's go ahead and get started with the drift course. I should have done this in the rain. I might do that after this. Oh, I should have done a wheelie. I can kind of hear the turbo. It sounds like it's almost like a supercharger though. You've got to let off the gas. If you don't, you're gonna just go sideways. Like, you've got to feather the throttle. Let me do it without letting off the gas. It's not horrible. I'll do it for the rest of the turns. Okay, that was beautiful. Maybe you don't. Maybe it was just me in the first turn. Has good acceleration. This feels really good. I wonder what the top speed is though. Yeah, this feels really good. Let's take it a little deeper. Slow it noise control. I didn't even lose control out there when I went over that bump. But you do have to cut the wheel. Yeah, this is actually performing really well. It had to happen once, right at the very end. Alright, now we're going to do it in the rain. I'm gonna hold off on the launch. I'm gonna go in and turn the music down. The default music is just too loud. Alright, so let's do a wheelie. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna have to work on that one. Oh, it likes the slide. This is nice. I'm surprised I didn't hit that wall. That should hit a wall somewhere. This goes like the slide out. This is fun. I didn't even hit the handbrake right there, I just turned it. I tried it again right there, got a little bit further up. Okay, I'm gonna go back to using the handbrake. I lost control right there. That was my fault. Oh my gosh, dude, I'm in love with this car right now. Shit. Alright, so I've lost 2. This might be like one of my new favorite cars. I don't know if it can drift as well as the Yosemite. I might actually have to compare the two, but very nice so far. Okay, so now we're gonna do the speed test. I have done this land race multiple times in many different cars, but I've never done it in a muscle car. So to begin with, I'm going to go through and take the Dominator through it. This is exactly a 3-mile race going on the interstate from the point of like right next to the casino towards Polito Bay. And then we're going to compare the time that the Dominator has to what the Hellfire will have. I can't believe I've never done this in a muscle car. So I'm going to try to have as little impact on the car as possible. And so barely moving it, stuff like that. Sounds like we're already close to being tacked out. So this might not be the best course. I do have a shorter one. but it's 2.2 miles. I mean, this one's 3. If we can't get a good view of top speed on this one, we probably never will. So it looks like we're close to 140. It's like 130 something right now. Coming up on the finish line. $136.5. Look at that shaker. Oh, that's nice. I can't actually tell what that is. It's too small. Ooh, I thought I was gonna hit that wall. We have to redo it. Okay, coming up on the last checkpoint before the finish line. $132. Okay, so the Dominator finished with a time of 1 minute 36.5 seconds. The Hellfire finished with a time of 1 minute 32.1 second, which the Dominator was able to beat out the LG Retro and the LG RH8, because I remember I tested those. The Hellfire with a time of 1 minute 32 is actually not too far off from the fastest time that I have had on this course, which is held by the Trifade Nero. The Trifade Nero was able to finish it with a time of 1 minute 29.6 seconds, and the Schlagen GT has a time of 1 minute 29.7 seconds. So not really too much slower than those cars in terms of top speed. So that was the 3 mile race. Now I'm going to do the 2.2 mile race, which is an actual stunt race that's held up in the air. It's just a straight line. Okay, so once again, since I've never done this track with a muscle car, I'm going to go with the Dominator first and then the Hellfire afterwards. kind of moved it right there. It seems like every car that I bring on here, it either wants to pull to the left or to the right. And I guess that's because of the way that it's positioned on the startup, but it's okay. Looks like it's already pulling to the left again. So 1 minute 13.7 seconds. I still can't get over like all the changes that they made. This has really good acceleration. I can't actually tell like how fast it's going. I can't see that. It looks like it's close to 200 miles per hour, but I know that's not the case. This car is beautiful. So 108, 107.9. So technically 108, but okay, so the Dominator finished with a time of 1 minute 13.7 seconds. The Hellfire, however, finished with a time of 1 minute and 7 seconds. Out of every car that I've used on that track, the Hellfire just blew every single one of them away. Which at the time, the Nero had a time of 1 minute 8 seconds, 0.8. And the GT Schlagen, or Schlagen GT, had a time of 1 minute 8 seconds, 0.6. So the Schlagen actually held the fastest time, and the Dominator just blew it out of the water by literally like under a second, but still it beat it. And that is actually really surprising. I didn't think that the Hellfire was going to be able to keep up with a supercar and a sports car that is technically a supercar anyways. But it did, and it did it really well. For the 3-mile race, it was literally just a couple of seconds under. And then for the 2.2 mile race, it beat every car. And everything that I've done so far to test this car, I would definitely say that this car is worth it and is a must own for anyone that really likes to, you know, like race on this game. Whether you want to go and like drift around every corner, the car done really well at that. On a track that is 2.5 miles or below, I would probably take the Hellfire, but on anything that is over 2.5 miles, I would take something else. That seems like a pretty good trade-off, based on like the times that I've got. But like at the end of it, once you buy the car and do all the upgrades, customize it, you're looking at around $1 million, which for what you're getting is actually a really good price. because there's literally cars in this game that cost like, you know, 1.5 million to 2 million before you even start to customize them or upgrade them, that would probably fall behind in the performance of this car. Alright, so now that the drift and the top speed is done, let's go into LS Customs and look at the customization options. I've already customized this to how I want it, so I'm just going to go through and show you what all you can change and showcase some of the new stuff that they did add. So for the bumpers, like the primary color, secondary, carbon, that actually doesn't make the car look bad, but I don't like it. So it's literally just the same bumper, you're just painting it or leaving it alone. If you look at the stock, there's like a plastic black looking color right there. If you do the secondary color and make it black, it turns it black. But unfortunately, the rear bumper, you can't change the color of the plastic. So if you want to make it match, you're going to have to leave it stock. And then for the rear bumper, there's only one option, well, two, stock. And you can add a wheelie bar and a parachute in case you just want to go full out like drag looking style. Don't actually know if the parachute opens or not. It would be pretty cool if it did, but I have a feeling it doesn't. Okay, for the exhaust, this is the stock exhaust. You've got a big bore, a tuner, a race, a side exit, which is actually pretty cool, and then a titanium side exit. So I would actually use one of these if it wasn't for the fact that those holes still stay there, back where the exhaust would be, and that just makes it look trashy. So if you could use the side exhaust and then somehow that got filled in, I would definitely use it, but personally I just don't want to really see that. For the grill, you've got the stock, the horrible decision idea of being able to delete the grill. I don't know why anyone would want that. Secondary, you've got black, which that's not bad at all. Primary open, secondary open, and then black open. I was trying to make this car look as much like a demon that I possibly could, and this is the best option for that. The black grill is not bad either, but it is open, so I just chose this. You've got headlight covers for some reason. I really wish that there was dual headlights on each side, because on a demon, the inside headlight is actually an intake. It kind of sucks that you can't have that, but it does give you the option to just completely remove your headlights and put in intakes. It makes no sense, but yeah. And you can put bull bars on and change the color to lime green and make it the Challenger from the Fast and the Furious. So there you go. Okay, for the hood, this is the stock hood. The stock hood does have a shaker that's on it. The shaker is actually mounted to the engine, which is pretty cool because I thought it was honestly just going to be part of the hood. But you can smooth that out for the weird reason that you don't like a shaker. Go secondary, carbon, primary vented, and then secondary vented. So I was trying to make this one look like the first demon that I ever seen, and that one actually had a black hood and a black top. So that's what I based mine on. But the newest change that I saw was this. The belts actually move. Granted, it's a little off because if you look at how fast the belt is moving right now, that's with the car just idling. If you press the gas and floor it, the belt actually slows down. And then when you let off, it speeds back up and gets faster. That should be flipped, but it's still really cool that they are at least going through and changing little details like that. But that's not even the only thing they changed. When it comes to the triple intake bug catcher, if you hit the gas, the valves actually open. And then when you let off, they close. So that's pretty cool. It was actually really hard for me not to put that on, which I still eventually may do it. But for now, I'm just going to go with that. Okay, so for liveries, you got, dual stripes, white, red, and blue. This is actually pretty cool. It does add a little black stripe on the hood. You can kind of see it over the paint that I have. This one doesn't look bad. Adds black stripes with black stripes on the side that says Guantlet AC or DC. I can't tell what that top one is. Black two-tone. Really nice. The Weekend Warrior camo. There was actually like a promotion going on where they designed a demon that had like hand-drawn like graffiti on it. I don't know if that's what this is taken from, but the hand-drawn graffiti on the real one wasn't like as bold as this. Like, it just wasn't everywhere and crazy. But that still might be like where they got the idea for it. Raceway Hero livery, actually a really nice one. This is nice as well. And then you've got the Royal Tribute, which is Richard Petty's, like a tribute to Richard Petty's car. You could put this on and make your car like a light blue color and just be a NASCAR driver from the like 60s and 70s. For the rear panels, I left mine stock pretty much just because the black plastic down at the bottom, you can't change it, and there's no point in making the back bumper look weird. But you can change it if you want. You can make it carbon, which looks really nice. And then you've got this option. Yeah. So for the respray, the primary color is pretty much just everything that was red. And secondary color is pretty much just the hood and the top. That's the only thing it changes. Well, and the mirrors. Trim color, if you put a roll cage in it, it changes the color of the padding. And then the inside and the seats. I might actually change that to black eventually. Crew emblem goes on the doors like a lot of other ones. The roll cage, you've got an option just to add in a cage, and then you can change the seats and add padding onto the roll cage too. For the roof, you've got stock and carbon. That's it. Side skirts, you've got the stock, primary color, and then a secondary. I would make this secondary if it just wasn't for the fact of the rear bumpers trim being that plastic and you not being able to change it. It would just make it look weird. Which I know I've said that multiple times. I don't know why they didn't make it to where you could. And then for spoilers, secondary, the plastic lip, carbon, stuck car drag, and then please don't put any of these on here. Just don't do it. Suspension actually does drop the car a pretty good amount. Like, you could honestly not even put it down on competition and this would still look good. You could even go lowered or just street and it still looks really good. And that's pretty much it for everything that you can change with the customization. All in all, a car that is very worth it. Alright guys, so that's going to do it for this video. I hope I didn't leave anything out. I would definitely recommend this car. In the end, it's going to cost you about $1 million for the car plus all the upgrades and customization. Maybe just like a little bit over. But I do think it's worth it. It's definitely worth it. It can keep up with sports cars and supercars, if not be a little bit faster than some of them. It's got good handling for what it is. Of course, you're going to get sideways when you're just turning the wheel, like on certain turns. But as long as you can control the car, it is very nice. But alright guys, you all have a great day. Alright, see you.